Act 13, Saved from the Flames. William Afton was finally locked away, trapped in a cage of cold iron behind the false walls of the safe room. Across the dark corridors, the physical metal shells of Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Bonnie lay shattered and empty. The heavy mechanical vengeance was finished. Having finally cornered the killer, the four crying spirits of the original Pizzeria children, Gabriel, Jeremy, Susan, and Fritz, faded slowly into the shadows, their souls finally set free to move on. The souls down in the sister location, including the girl inside the circus baby, remained trapped in their metallic bodies under the earth. It was not their time to go yet. The old pizzeria fell into an eerie, heavy silence, but the peace did not last long. The electronical shorts from Afton's forced entry, combined with the leaking rainwater dripping onto the exposed wiring, sparked a sudden violent fire in the kitchen. Thick black smoke began to roll down the ceiling, and bright orange flames quickly lit at the rotting wood structure. The building was beginning to burn down. Suddenly, the front door was burst open. The security guard from the sister location rushed into the building, throwing his arms over his mouth to block the suffocating heat. He hadn't come for Afton. He had monitored the bunker tracking terminals, knowing exactly where Silver Wolf had been sent. And he refused to leave the company's most expensive corporate asset behind. Springing through the dense smoke, the guard found the massive Silver Wolf standing rigidly at the end of the hallway. "Come on, big guy, we're getting out of here," the guard yelled over the roar of the spreading fire. The guard hit the external retrieval protocols on his handheld device. Silver Wolf's eyes dimmed for their brilliant ghostly silver black to a calm security blue as the security dog AI acknowledged the authorized command with the guard guiding his heavy steps. The massive silver and blue cast turned away from the safe room and marched rapidly down the corridor. The moment they slammed through the front door and crossed the threshold into the pouring rain outside, a massive blast of heat rolled over them. The roof of the main dining room collapsed in a spectacular shower of sparks, and the entire pizzeria became fully engulfed in roaring flames, collapsing into a heap of burning ash. The guard loaded Silver Wolf into the back of a secure transport van. They drove away into the night, returning down to the dark, submarine depths of Circus Baby's Pizza World, where the remaining souls still waited. When the transport elevator hissed open in the submarine bunker, the guard rolled Silver Wolf back into the main control room. The facility lights flickered weakly, and from the deep shadows of the auditorium corridors, the heavy mechanical forms of Circus Baby, Funtime Freddy, Funtime Foxy, and Ballora stepped forward into the dim light. They looked at the wolf, sensing that the dark weight of William Afton had finally been lifted from the surface world. But they also knew they were still trapped down there in the dark. The security guard stood beside the massive wolf, looking between the heavy machines. He didn't run, and he didn't reach for the control panel. He finally understood that these were not ordinary pieces of malfunctioning program. Silver took manual control of the wolf, his eyes flaring with a soft, ghostly silver glow. He lowered his mechanical head, stripping the harsh digital filters away from his vocal emitter. "We did it," Silver whispered. his layered, childlike voice echoing through the metallic room. He can't hurt anyone else, but we are still stuck here. My name is Silver. The animatronic stood completely still for a quiet moment. Then the circus baby's faceplate clicked, shifting softly as the girl inside stepped forward for the first time, in front of Silver and the trusted security guard. The other animatronics let down their defense armor one by one. Their synthesized voices softened into the echoes of the lost children they used to be. The girl inside Circus Bay looked at Silver, her green robotic eyes softening. "I'm Maya," she whispered. Beside her, Funtime Freddy's speaker crackled as a young boy's voice spoke out. "I'm Leo." The sleek frame of Funtime Foxy twitched slightly as another quiet voice joined in. "I'm Oliver." Finally, the elegant shadow form of Ballora tilted her head, her voice box music completely silent as a gentle girl's voice answered and said, "I'm Chloe." Then whispered their real names into the quiet dark of the bunker, sealing a bond that would keep them together through the long years ahead. Hearing those 5 names spoken aloud, Silver, Maya, Leo, Oliver, and Chloe, the security guard froze. A sudden chilling wave of realization washed over him. He remembered the old local news broadcast, the missing children posters taped to the storefronts, and the frantic police investigations from weeks prior. Looking at the 5 mechanical stands in the dim light, the guard finally realized the horrifying truth. These were the exact 5 children who have gone missing on that fateful afternoon. Once the final name was spoken, then the truth was shared. An unshakable peace settled over the underground room. Safe on his maintenance pedestal, Silver felt the immense supernatural exhaustion catch up to him. He stepped back into the quiet corners of his mind, slipping into a deep, peaceful sleep. The immediate problem had been finished. Because of the permanent system crash Silver had forced during the breakout, the security guard AI remained entirely dark and inactive. The guard walked over to the back of Silver's cassette, pulling a diagnosis wire from his belt. He manually plugged into the override port behind the wolf's neck, forcing a hard system reboot to clear the error logs. Their internal processes hummed back to life, and the security AI was suddenly reactivated. Instantly, the AI panicked. The disco doll projection inside Silver's mind began pacing wildly, and the external voice mirrors blurted out a series of frantic mechanical stutters. "Oh dear, oh my goodness," the security guard AI exclaimed through the speakers, sounding exactly like a fretting C-3PO. "System error. System error. Critical logs failed. We allowed a human asset to sustain terminal structure damage. This is a total disaster. A primary directive had been violated. Are we going to be dismantled?" Oh, the sheer catastrophe of it all. Inside the shared mind, Silver slowly opened his ghostly eyes. He looked at the frantic pacing digital dog, completely relaxed and utterly unfazed by the AI's dramatic panic. Silver simply struggled his glowing shoulders and played it off with a casual smile. "Hey, calm down. Don't worry about it," Silver said softly, his human voice fluttering through the shared workspace. It wasn't that bad, honestly. He kind of had it coming. The AI paused its pacing, its digital blue eyes blinking in a moment of sheer robotic confusion before sitting back to a quiet, reductant standby. For now, it was not Silver's or the other Funtime Souls' time to leave yet, and nothing else would happen after his return to the dark facility below.